Hey, Seth David here from the world famous Nerd Enterprises Incorporated, bring to you tip number 6 for QuickBooks Online for real estate agents. That's bulletproof bookkeeping with QuickBooks Online for real estate agents. And my 6th tip is to stay organized with paperwork and receipts. And if you've been following along all these tips, first of all, if you need to catch up, check the description. I'll have them all linked up, all the previous tips. If you have been following along, then you might be wondering, that I already kind of gave you this tip. I'm talking about, initially I told you to just make sure you scan all the receipts so that you have a way to keep track of them somewhere. Now I want to talk to you about where you're going to keep them now that you've scanned them. So, again, I want you to scan absolutely everything. I don't care if it's under $75. Let's just eliminate that decision from your life and assume you're going to scan absolutely everything. Better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it, right? Kind of like a parachute. So, again, scan everything. Then we're going to need some software. Now, in particular for agents, I mentioned this in one of the earlier tips talking about, tracking your mileage and marketing expenses and things. The fact is, as an agent, you're on the go a lot. You're going from listing to listing. You're doing showings. You're, hopefully, if all goes well, you should be on the move quite a bit, which means you're not going to be sitting at a desk with a Fujitsu scan snap all day where any paper that comes in, like I do, I can just drop into my scanner. So we want some good software, and especially if I'm talking to the accountant or bookkeeper who's serving the agent. Either way, as the agent, I want whatever side you're on, I want you to be aware of this, that there's an application out there that lends itself perfectly to this use case, and it's called Lisio. And the reason I say this is Lisio was kind of built around its mobile app, so it would make it really easy for an agent who's on the move to take a receipt. Let's say you had a meal with a client, whatever, and you take the receipt, and Lisio has technology where, of course, it uses your mobile device's camera, but it doesn't just take a picture of the document, it will scan it. It will make it easy for you to kind of confirm where the corners are so that you end up with a straight document that, imagine this, that the accountant or bookkeeper can actually read when they get it. And you're going to upload it to Lisio, which is, by the way, extremely, extremely secure. They're known for their security. So highly secure application, amazing mobile app, and then it makes it easy for the accountant or bookkeeper to work with that data, to work with those receipts and make sure that they end up in QuickBooks Online, that they, so when they download the transaction in QuickBooks Online from your bank or credit card feed, they can go to Lisio and in 2 seconds they can see what that expense was for. They can confirm it right there on the receipt, and if you've scribbled a note or something about it, even better. But better than that, when you upload it, you can write a little message and explain, this was lunch with so-and-so and it's for this listing, right? And that's the thing that the accountant and bookkeeper critically needs. As I've mentioned earlier, every expense that goes with a listing needs to be tagged to that listing. So we're going to teach you how to do all of that, of course, in my Bulletproof Bookkeeping course. So if you happen to be catching this before September 18th, 2023, check the description for a link to get on my early bird waitlist, so you will literally be the first to know as soon as I've launched my new Agents module as an add-on to the course that will now be called Bulletproof Bookkeeping with QuickBooks Online for real estate brokers and agents. If for some reason you're not going to use Lisio, then the second choice I would recommend, especially if you're going to take me up on my tip from earlier, to use Notion in order to track your accounting adjacent information, like splits that you have to pay out to agents you're sharing listings with, or finder's fees, any of that. If you're going to use Notion for that, then and for some reason you don't want to use Lisio for the receipts part, then use Notion for that as well. I can show you how to build something in Notion that's pretty simple, that makes it really easy also from your mobile to get a snapshot of a receipt and upload it to the right place. And of course, I can show you how to do all these things once you're involved in any of my online programs, like my Bulletproof Bookkeeping with QuickBooks Online for real estate brokers and agents. So that's it, my friends. Tip number 6, stay organized with paperwork and receipts. Earlier, I told you just to make sure that you scan everything or get a digital copy of everything. Now I've told you, given you 2 suggestions actually for where you can keep that digital information once you've done that.